Hi, welcome to the vlog. I'm kind of nervous. It's my first time vlogging, so I don't really know what I'm doing, but I've decided to vlog for fun. I'm currently on a sabbatical and I was like, why not? Why not take this opportunity to finally do what you've wanted all this time, which is to do some booktube content. So in this vlog, I'm currently reading A Desolation Caught Peace, which is the sequel to A Memory Caught Empire by Arcadi Martin. Yeah. It's a sci-fi book and it's really confusing so far, as it has always been. And so far I'm enjoying it. I forgot to film an intro, so that's why I'm talking about it already here. Yeah. So I hope to finish this because it's about almost 500 pages. 480 pages, so a little under 500, so I should be able to finish this if I'm diligent, but the likelihood is no, because I plan to also pick up other books, which is A Ballad of Perilous Graves by Alex Jennings. I don't really know what this is about so much, but it seems like it's about, Mexican culture, music, and I was like, I'm sold. Is this Coco in an adult book form? Yes, no. But ultimately, it is about this young boy, Perilous Graves, Perry, who might not have a talent for magic, but he has music in his blood. Hold on. And so, when the city's great magician starts appearing in odd places, ancestral songs have been forgotten. Oh, okay, so music is disappearing. Certain songs are disappearing because some crazy guy decides to just eliminate songs. And then Perry is like, you know what, I need to do something about that. So, he's on a hunt for 9 songs of power that have escaped from the piano that maintains the city's beat. Oh my god, that sounds amazing. Dude, not me hyping myself up about this book, but I am. But okay, because let's go back to A Desolation Caught Peace, because A Desolation Caught Peace is what I'll explain later in the vlog, just roughly about it's a science fiction book. And honestly, this has one of the most confusing solar system-y, science fiction-y systems that I've ever seen or ever read. Maybe because I'm not such a big science fiction fan, even though I'm a more I read SFF, but I'm not the biggest sci-fi girly. So A Memory Caught Empire really required 200% of my brain cells to read. But I thought it was so good because I'm a politics girl. I love politics, and A Desolation Caught Peace as a sequel will totally answer all my questions that I had from the first book. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the vlog. I'm very nervous, but I'm trying my best to do what I can because, vlogging is a little bit, how do I put it? It's a little unnerving, but I'm trying my best to do what I can and just make the kind of content that I'll be happy with ultimately. So yeah. I just got back from having dinner with a friend, so I'm gonna start reading Desolation Caught Peace. It's a sequel to A Memory Caught Empire. So I really like A Memory Caught Empire, but if you don't know what A Memory Caught Empire is about, it's about Mahit, who is an ambassador from a space station. She goes to the Texkalani Empire to be an ambassador there and to represent her space station, but turns out things are a little bit iffy because her predecessor is died out of mysterious circumstance, and she becomes wrapped out in a mystery and conspiracy within the empire. So the next one is really exciting, so I'm gonna get to it because it's been a year since I read this first book. Really a whole year, because I read the first one last year at the start of the year. So it's time for me to finally finish this duology. So here I am. Today is probably not that great with reading wise, but I'm going out now on a date to have dinner, and so I only read about 50 pages of Desolation Caught Peace, and so far we're getting a lot of setup for what's to come in terms of the politics, and I'm really excited. Yeah, it's getting a bit confusing because going back into that world, right, it's confusing because it has one of the most complex sci-fi systems I know. But otherwise, yeah. got my books. Yeah. I got a package. A little birthday gift to me, to myself, to little Miss Danielle. So, carefully, open it up with my pen knife. I already know what it is because I was waiting for it. I love buying from Book Market because like they sell books for kind of cheap. And they're not like they always say it's not gonna be in the best condition, but they always are in a pretty good condition. And May is very excited. Yes. A little card. Oh, packed by Ting. Thank you very much for packing my books. Let's gently. Oh, let's scratch my cover down. Yes. I'm reading this, and I love it too much. Like, it's the first time in a long time since I annotated like a fantasy book, and so I decided to get the sequel to The Rage of Dragons because, like, it's too good. I need the sequel. I need to read it. It's part of. Yeah, I need to read it badly. I mean, if you don't already know, like, I'm currently having this challenge for myself where I have a bunch of unread series on my shelf, like my physical TBR. I have a lot of series that I've not started, but I have like first books off, and I don't know whether I want to continue them or not. And so I decided to read one book each month, and I read them up, and I'll read one each month. Decide whether like I want to continue on the series. And wait, hold on, I'll get a Rage of Dragons for March. The series that I picked for March is a Rage of Dragons. So I got its matching buddy. Oh, they look so beautiful. Yes. Okay, because well, I would buy this from Kino, but like Kinokuniya didn't have this, so I bought it from Book Market. Because luckily, so they have it. And oh my lord, oh, my heart is singing. Truly. Okay, the other book I got is it's The Veiled Throne by Ken Liu. Number 3 to the series, and actually number 4 is already out for like a whole year, almost a whole year, I guess. 6 months? I don't know. But the problem is that I own the other edition. I own this edition. I own this edition of the Dandelion Dynasty. And then they changed the edition to this, and the third book, and the fourth book. And I was so upset. I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna get another 2 more of the same like series when I haven't ever read this. And look at it. It's like an old person. It has leather spots. Okay, well, I didn't want to buy another one, like another 2 of this in like premium proper edition, you know. And the worst part is, I do not know why, but the first 2 books in this newly like with this new cover design, they're sized differently. Like they're sized like a little bit smaller, like around this height. And I don't understand. I have this one is perfectly the same size, so I thought, why not? Okay, so what I do is that I just get the different edition, but they are like ultimately the same size. So 2 of the other edition, 2 of the other one. So better than nothing, right? Oh my god, this is so beautiful. See, you see, Book Market says that the editions are like crappy. Like they would say like, oh, expect defects. I don't see any defects. They're like perfect. I guess like this part. Is there a ghost in my house? No, it's just the wind. You see, I stay on like the 24th floor, and when the wind comes in through the windows, like the small gaps in the windows, kind of makes like a ghost sound. The place is haunted. Yeah. So yeah, huzzah! I'm so happy with my haul. And it came like, okay, another great thing is that if you live in Singapore and you're buying like books from Book Market, it comes within like 1 or 2 days. I bought this on the 6th, and it came yesterday night, which is on the 8th. So 2 days. It's super fast. I'm so happy. So I'm currently about 160 pages into a destination called Peace, and I think my brain is finally able to get it, because honestly, every time I read a book from this like series, this duology, I guess, I get really, really confused for like the first 100 pages. By the 100-page mark, I sort of understand like what's going on. But this time around, instead of having a single POV from Mahi, we're having 3 other POVs and an additional new character in this one. And I think I do like that we're not just following Mahi, and we're getting other perspectives, which is giving us a very fresh look into all the different sides of the politics that's. Oh, am I allowed to say that? Okay, hold on. it's giving us a lot of different sides of the politics that's happening currently in this second installment. So I'm actually glad that we have the other three perspectives other than Mahit. Yeah, and it's really confusing, to be honest. All these space terms are like flying over my head, but I'm trying my best and I'm still enjoying myself thoroughly. Though I do have to recommend that reading this with the audiobook will probably be a lot easier to concentrate, because sometimes I find that it's just the way that Arkady Martin writes, like it's really like dry sometimes, and I find that with an audiobook I feel a lot more immersed into it, which isn't the best, I guess, but I'm still interested enough, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm bored, I'm actually intrigued, but it's just that the language used is really a little tad bit complicated for my stupid brain. So yeah, but I'll keep you guys updated otherwise. I really do hope that I can finish this soon, but I'm not really too far into it. So yeah, peace. I am back for an update, just a little update. I didn't read anything today. It's like 5 o'clock and I haven't read anything. What an embarrassment. I kind of spent I may have accidentally spent 3 to 4 hours like watching K-pop content with my sister. That was the weirdest thing ever. Yeah. Well, I mean, I gotta spend like good quality time with her, and that's what matters to me, I guess, more. So I hope to get more reading done later. I'll probably check in with you. I gotta go meet my cousin now. I'm late. Bye. So yesterday I didn't read much. Yesterday I didn't read much of anything, as you saw in the previous clip. I tried to read some things, but ultimately, after meeting with my cousin, I didn't really have much time. I didn't really have much time to read, because I was spending time with my family and like having dinner with them and talking with them, you know. So that took out a lot of my time. And then I also, but then I managed to read a bit. I read 20 pages of a Desolation Club piece, and so that is not much progress. We are still where we are, but currently Mahit has progressed. She has met up with one of the original characters called Three Seagrass. So she met up with one of the characters we've previously known, basically. So we have Three Seagrasses perspective, but now we also have Mahit. We also have Three Seagrasses perspective, and now Mahit has physically met her in the book. So we are progressing because they're heading to a place that will help progress the story. And I don't want to say too much because it does come from the ending of the last book, so I can't say much. But either way, I'm not too far in. The tension of the politics is kind of high. Mahit is in some sort of trouble, and that's why we are like, okay, let's escape. And she escapes with Three Seagrass in sort of a sense. Yeah. So other than that, I actually managed to read like a chapter of the Ballad of Perilous Graves. I'm so sorry to have misinformed you in the first clip when I was talking about that book, but it is not about Mexican culture. It's set in New Orleans. It's actually following an African American boy called Perilous Graves. And so far, it's kind of cute. Like, it's a little bit interesting and a little bit confusing because it seems to be that there's this random magician that goes around and plays songs, and somehow people can like get his attention and win. I don't really understand that part. It's just the first chapter, but it also seems like Harry's best friend Peaches has gone missing, but we're not sure why she's gone missing. But this seems to be a reoccurring behavior for her, and they're waiting for her to come back, but have this weird feeling like she's not coming back. So he's kind of really like anxious about it. So that's what we have so far, and we haven't reached the true crux of the story, but it's kind of cutesy, it's kind of magical, and we're following a youngish boy. Even though this is an adult book, he's probably, I can't tell, but he seems like he's 11 or 12 years old. Yeah, so that's like roughly how it's like so far. But you know, I just wanted to talk about how I was feeling yesterday. I did feel like I was not being productive, and I was quite upset about it. Like, I didn't read as much as I wanted. I didn't do like much work as I wanted. And sometimes I just want to remind everyone that, you know, we have days that we just don't do much of anything. It doesn't mean that we're not productive. And that's actually a reminder I really need, which my partner reminded me, you know. It's like
not every day has to be a productive day. Some days we can allow ourselves to just relax and have fun, which is what I really did have yesterday with spending a lot of time with my family actually, and especially my sister. And I don't have to feel like we shouldn't feel guilt for doing those things, and we shouldn't feel guilt for taking a break sometimes. Yeah, and even if we don't read that much, we don't read fast like certain booktubers, just remember that this is typical for most people, that most people don't read that much, in a month. They don't read like 20 over books. I'm not that kind of person either. I don't read 20 over books in a month. I can't do that. And most people read like 5 to 6 books in a year. So we don't have to be too hard on ourselves. I feel like it's just a commentary on reading culture, because I guess TikTok and booktube does make you feel pressurized to read lots. But some people are just not like intense readers. It's not that you're not avid readers, it's that you're not intensely reading every single time of day. And you have to realize that some booktubers are doing booktube full time, and so they are dedicated to reading like every single day and making videos for that reason. So they have to have content, so they do read faster, they do make themselves read more, right? But we don't have to feel pressured just because they do that. That's their speed, that's their thing, and we can just be happy for them. But we don't have to follow in their footsteps just because it is what the culture is. But truly, that's not what most people are doing. And I just wanted to say that because I feel like a lot of people struggle with that concept, me included. Like I always feel like I'm not reading enough, and I feel very stressed by it. Like I wish I was doing more. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, that's why I wanted to talk about it. It's okay if you don't read a lot, but it's great if you do. It's great if you do. I'm so proud of whoever who can do that. I wish I was you, but I'm not. Yeah, most of the time I just want to slack, but that's just my reality sometimes. Yeah, it's just a little reminder for whoever feels that struggle, whoever who feels that struggle sometimes, that you are not alone, but you don't have to be stressed out by it. It's not something most people have to experience. Yeah, so that's a side note. So I'll keep you guys posted again. I probably won't be doing much reading again because I'm going out with friends, so I'm trying my best, but it's difficult for me because I'm often going out and meeting people. So yeah, that's weird for me to say. I'm an introvert. Hey, it's the end of the vlog, so let's wrap up what I read. I didn't read much, as you can see in the many clips, but I've reached a midway point in a Distillation Club piece, and I'm enjoying myself immensely. The politics is ramping up, and you're seeing a lot more about the fight between the Texkalani Empire and LaSalle Station, which is where Mahit is from. The biggest difference from book 1 to book 2 is that I feel A Memory Called Empire is more about an internal struggle between the Texkalani Empire and all the different forces that are in there. But in the second one, it's more of a political struggle between the two of them. And for the Ballad of Perilous Graves, so I did not read any much more than when I last updated you, which was about a chapter into it. Yeah, that's where I stopped. A chapter into Perilous Graves. So that's all I have for it. I hope to finish it next week, I think. Yeah, so otherwise, thank you very much for watching this. If you have any suggestions on how I can do better, please comment down below. And otherwise, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Cheers. Thank you very much. Bye.